the beat it in, especially the plantation Christianity, the beat it out of them so much. That is why the book of Babylon to Timbuktu can actually tell you that, can confess it.
I got precept for you. This is Psalms 59 verse 1. Deliver me from the enemy, from my enemies.
No, from your friends.
No, from my enemies.
From thy enemies.
Oh, my power, defend me from them that rise up against me. Who is them? The Edomites and not the other nation.
Because when you go back to Deuteronomy 28, it tells you that you shall be, they shall be the head, and you shall be the tail.
And it also tells you that you were sold unto your enemies. Verse 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Who is the worker of iniquity? Esau. That's what he. And save me from bloody men. Who is bloody men? Esau. Why you call him a bloody man? Because he had blood on his hands from that time to this time. He never stopped shed blood. Verse 3. For lo they lie in wait for my soul. What David was speaking about there, he was speaking about himself, no, he was speaking about Israel in the future, going into slavery. This Bible is all spiritual. He said, the mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake and help me, and behold. You understand where that?
Yeah, we understand. My scripture here, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33.
So like you want to read verse 5. Like, therefore, O Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, awake and visit all the heathens. Be not, hear what David saying, be not merciful to any wicked transgressor, Sila. Which means so be it.
So then, and King David was a righteous man before God, right? And so King David led the father to deal with all these things. I don't know how the hell go by, hey, watch me, yeah, I tell him.
As you were saying, there was something with blood, you know, reading that
verse 2.
You can read it over again?
Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men.
Bloody men? But let me hear what the scripture says. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35. So that verse 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defileth the land.
For what?
For blood it defileth the land.
Yeah, the shine of the Israelite blood defiled this land. Well,
yeah, because that's not because you deal with the Northern Kingdom real nasty, man. Real nasty.
Yeah,
right? America soaked in the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom blood. You understand? That is why America must fucking burn. It must burn. It must burn.
You see, you beat Kunda King. You accept to me.
Yeah.
You came to your time clean.
Yeah.
So Psalm 83 verse 4. That the name of Israel, because they didn't want them to remember his real name.
What's your name, boy? Kunta, Kente, and Lex.
No.
Toby.
Your name is Toby, boy.
Yeah.
And we must still one of them.
Yeah. He said, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that sheddeth therein, but by the blood of him that sheddeth.
So the Bible says the land cannot be cleansed by what? Read it again.
The land, he said, the land cannot be cleansed by the blood that is shed therein.
So the land cannot be cleansed by the blood that is shed of the Negroes, the Hispanic, the American. They cannot be cleansed by the blood of him that shed it. Yeah. No, the Bible says, isn't that righteous recompense? That is righteous recompense. By the blood of him that shed it, that is how this whole place will be clear. So he said, you have something coming there. Yeah. I will want to be, as Peter just said, I will want to be a flea under your collar, man. Yeah. I will want to be a flea.
Alright.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. He says, sin is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
So then how we love everybody. Alright? Yeah. I'm going into this year now. I didn't want into it proper. So I feel I will get proper here. Alright, the Ashanti Empire, right? More Hebrewism in West Africa, right? The Ashanti Empire, also spelled Asante, was an Akan empire and kingdom in what is now modern day Ghana, right? From 1670 to 1957. Yeah, right?
The majority is Israelites.
Yeah. The Ashanti Empire expanded from Ashanti to including the Brong Ahafo region, Central region, Eastern region, Greater Accra region, well, Accra is the capital of Ghana, and Western region of present-day Ghana. Due to the empire's military prowess, due to the empire's military prowess, so this also breaking down your lies that we was living in mud huts and all this wicked nonsense.
When you was the one come out of the blasted mountain.
Caves, you come from the caves, right? Right, good. Due to the empire's military prowess, wealth, because it was very wealthy, architecture and sophisticated hierarchy, which means it had an order.
It had a very high order.
Right, it had an order. The king and the subjects and whatnot, so forth, right? And culture, the Ashanti kingdom has been extensively studied, right? And has more historiographies by European, primarily British authors than any other indigenous culture of sub-Saharan Africa, right? Because these stinking British and them, yeah, right? Because they want, you know, the reason why they study, so they could see how much they could hide,
the truth from
how much truth they can hide and orchestrate more lies. That's the only reason why they really study. That's the only reason why they really study the Ashanti, because they know the Ashanti still have and still follow the Hebrew customs.
And I can't remember.
They know. They're not stupid. They know.
Yeah, I remember one time I was watching a documentary with the Ashanti and the people, and they knew that the children came across on the side here, and they have a remnant remain. So there was actually the chief. They said, so what is the plan for the Ashanti thing? So he was telling them now. He said, I think from the script, the Torah, he said that God said we will have no might in our hands to do it. So we will actually tell them it's all the Lord's doing now.
Yes,
They do it all in the hand of the Lord's now. So they asked him, where did the Ashanti come from? What part of Africa? Where did that thing? He said, no, don't get this wrong. Ashanti didn't come from Africa. We came across the Red Sea.
Oh, shit.
That's what he was saying. He said, we came across the Red Sea, Ashanti. Basically, oh God, my people are the strength for lack of knowledge. That has been my favorite, one of my favorite scriptures. You know why? Because that just hit hard up everything. The Ashanti chief, he said, no, Ashanti didn't come, it's not Africa. Ashanti came across the Red Sea into Africa.
Gone.
So that is when you read remember the scripture where you talk about with Ashan?
Yeah.
Ashan, no.
Yeah.
It's in Acts, I think.
No, that is in the Kings.
Kings.
Second Kings, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the kingdom the cities of Judah.
Yeah.
And Ashan was one of the cities of Judah. And the word T is the people. So when they put Ashan, the village of Judah, and T is the people, when they put together the Ashanti people. You understand? But Ashan is the village of Judah. So they knew who they were, and he said it plain as it is. I
So the Ashantis come like the Southern Kingdom or something.
They are the Southern Kingdom. They are Levites.
Out of Ashanti,
Levites and Judahites.
For those wicked niggas who take in the 12 church flood, that is another cut for them too.
Yeah.
Why? Because they think it's their own legal doctrine. No. Ashanti in Africa is basically Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So the Northern Kingdom was already, of course, on this side here. You understand what I'm talking about?
Right. Starting in the late 17th century, the Ashanti king Osei Tutu, 1695 to 1717, and his advisor Okomfo Onoke established the Ashanti kingdom with the golden stool of the Ashanti, right, as his sole unifying symbol. I will show you that golden stool just now. Osei Tutu oversaw a
I think
massive...
the golden stool was supposed to be a replica of the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes, it is.
A replica.
Yes.
They actually built a replica because they know, according to the custom, Israel ain't supposed to be. And for some reason, why they keep building that replica of the Ark? To hope
that they can get back
that power.
From
And
the Ark
the Lord will deal with them because they know once the Ark around them, the Lord will deal with them.
Because when the Ark of Covenant get hidden, Jeremiah hide it.
That he does mean that put it
Put
on
it.
the tent. Can.
Right? He hide it up to this day, they could never find it, and don't get it twisted, he's so looking for that. He water.
Yeah, some people, some the Rastafarians say that it's in Ethiopia.
No,
we check that out. It have many flaws on that. Many flaws on that.
Right? With the golden stool of Ashanti is so unifying symbol, Osei Tutu oversaw a massive Ashanti territorial expansion, building up the army by introducing new organization and turning a disciplined royal and paramilitary army into an effective fighting machine. Right? Because there was, when you go back into this year, now, let's see how quick I can get it here. Yeah, say what I say,
What that makes me realize too, every time you're watching like Egyptian movies, they're always digging for something. The white man always digging for I feel it's the Ark of the Covenant he's looking for.
Actually he's looking for it. But the Lord never revealed to anyone where Jeremiah hid it. Only he hid it. Right? And the end time he will reveal it.
Yeah, the golden stool, right? You see? You see how things, see how Yahweh and Yahshua work? Alright, let me see where I can start from. Alright, this is from Hebrewism in West Africa, right? The tribe of Levi, right? This from the same Ashantis and such, right? Many wars were fought between the Ashanti and the Europeans, which was the British, right? And the Europeans, right? The last war in 1900 being the British Ashanti War of the Golden Stool, right? Watch out history, watch out everything linking up here now.
And the funny and the thing about it is the white people wanted to get a hand on it.
Yeah.
Because you know, if they get a hand on it, if that is what the Ashantis and them have that is giving them a little bit of success or power.
Yeah, power.
White man want a hand on it. That is why the Lord had Jeremiah to hide the real thing.
The golden stool,
let's understand this thing.
Salakia. The golden stool was the Ark of the Covenant to the Ashanti, right? And was used for the anointing of the king, which even the king was not permitted to sit upon.
No. And even in the Bible time when they anointed any king, David would stand before the Ark of the Covenant and the Lord to be anointed. I mean, he had to execute his office with justice and judgment.
Only the priests can do that.
And the priest alone would go in once a year.
Only the priest alone.
Go before the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord with the fringes, and only fringes used to have a little bells on the fringes. And while he walking those bells, Levi, those bells would chime, holy, holy Lord God Almighty. That's how it was.
Right? Yeah, let me continue. The golden stool was the ark of the covenant to the Ashanti and was used for the anointing of the king, which even the king was not permitted to sit upon. In an attempt to break the spirit of the powerful Ashantis, the British governor, Sir Frederick Hudson,
Salakia, you hear me say? To break the spirit, which means that strength, eh?
Yeah,
because that is what the I think it's the Amorites, one of them, remember they stole the Ark of the Covenant? What do you think they do that for? Once they can take the Ark, they know the Israelites has no power. Anytime the Ark gone, like the Lord leave Israel.
Unwisely demanded that the golden stool to sit upon it, declaring, I am the representative of the greatest power Why have you not brought me the stool to sit upon? Deeply insulted by the request, the Ashanti tribe determined to go to war against the British.
So you see, they took that as an insult.
Yeah.
Come and want to come and sit down here.
On the Akadi come
With your red ass.
They took it personal.
They're rallying.
It's like this guy from shot, sorry, Teddy Brock shot. No, you get personal.
The rallying cry came from the Queen Mother, Ya Asantewa, pronounced Ya Ashantiwa, as a woman who hated injustice. She stated courageously to the governor, "Who are you and who is your father?" Though the Ashanti army was defeated and the Queen Mother exiled, they never took possession of the golden stool.
You see these so-called white man. Why? Because these Ashantis and them, they guard that with their life.
They never get it.
Never get it.
The so-called white, the British and them, they never get it.
Yeah.
Right? But
you so die hard, you used to go all the time. You don't lose. You will not die hard with it. And the reason why they lose was it wasn't time for Israel to rise at that moment. This is the time. See, the only they see what God was trying to teach us all the time. You all are nothing without me. True. That is what it is.
Right? The Ashanti army, conquered Dinkaira, giving the Ashanti access to the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean coastal trade with Europeans, notably the Dutch. Today, the Ashanti Kingdom survives as a constitutionally...
If I put a video on YouTube with the Ashanti speaks out, we talk about Ashanti come from over the Red Sea, I was 724. I was 70, I want all the taking it.
Right? Subnational protestant and traditional state in union with the Republic of Ghana. The current king of the Ashanti Kingdom is Utumfo Osei Tutu Ashan Tehene. The Ashanti Kingdom is today the Alright, so we don't go through that day.
So what we're summarizing is that the Israelites were in Africa.
The west coast of Africa.
The west coast of Africa. Why that don't feel and even a brother was bringing out a video on that, a historical video. The Israelites always, they always have to flee west. Every time trouble goes, they always have to go down to Africa. It was a common thing, you know. From since the days that Yahweh Shai, which is Christ, we always had to go into Africa. We always had to flee.
You can tap into our those no color, right?
You understand what I'm saying?
Over here to link with this thing. Right? Before the Ashanti Kingdom had contact with European, which is the so-called white man, it had a flourishing trade with other African states due to the Ashanti gold wealth. Trade with European states began after contact with the Portuguese in the 15th century. Now that them Portuguese are talking about the guys back to the Dark Ages, right? Because King James and whatnot, and King Henry and all these other kings, they used to go back and forth to Africa to do trade and to make jewelry and whatnot. All these crowns and whatnot so forth that these kings have, that you see even Queen Elizabeth and thing. Where she take where they get it from? They get it from when they take it down. But our ancestors, where they was getting that gold and all those precious stones to make those things, they was going over to Africa.
Because I'm the Salaki, because I know that at that time that Solomon always Solomon get
was over here, but
they used to do trade.
But they used
Salaki.
Yeah, but they used to go over to Africa because you see they knew, because you don't understand this, right? The Roman Empire.
I think if I'm mistaken, there was even a movie that made called King Solomon's Mine. Like it's a lot of mine down in the Congo in Africa.
Can.
Yeah?
Right? Because while we had understand what people don't understand is where Italy is. Italy is in Europe, right? The Roman Empire. But who bring on the Roman Empire? Us. We were the Byzantine Empire, and we started to take over the whole of Europe. So we knew, right? We knew that we had our brothers and sisters still back in Africa that was controlling their own empire, right? So the whole of West Africa. So we used to do trade back and forth. You understand? Let me continue. When the gold mines in the Sahel started to play out, the Ashanti Kingdom rose to prominence as the major player in the gold trade. At the height of the Ashanti Kingdom, the Ashanti people became wealthy through the trading of gold mine from their territory. You understand?
So you think about the Israelites, they are people skillful in trade and commerce, something like that. So they know how to develop themselves. I think, and something about the so-called white man, he knows about us. So his mission was to keep us down and mission.
Right? Listen this here. Ashanti political organization. So we had a political organization in Africa.
So we was well established.
We were well established.
Yeah, but
right?
Timbuktu, that university. We think the
Israelites. Right? The Ashanti political organization was originally centered on clans headed by a paramount chief or Amehani. One particular clan, the Oyoko, settled in the Ashanti subtropical forest region, establishing a center at Kumasi, right? That is in Ghana, right? Kumasi is Ghana. Take it out on your phone there and find out where Kumasi is situated. Type it in. Kumasi, Kumasi. I think if it's not Ghana, I think it's no Kampala, is Uganda. I think Kumasi is another state in Ghana. Check it and see. Kumasi. Alright? The Ashanti became tributaries of another Akan state, then Kyria. But in the middle 17th century of Oyoko under Chief Oti Akentege, in Ghana itself, yeah, that was saying, man, another state of Ghana, right? Kumasi, right? Akenten started consolidating the Ashanti clans into a loose confederation against that may be, I feel there must be some Hamites. The introduction of the golden stool was a means of centralization under Osei Tutu, according to a legend of a meeting of all the clan heads of each of the Ashanti settlements was called just prior to declaring independence from the Kyria. In this meeting, the golden stool was commanded down from the heavens. This year was days where they was going on because again we was reading the paganism now, boy. You understand? Yeah, but they were tapping into that Ugun and Ushun nonsense.
Look how you so on point with that. Even actually Balaba, that's some people Shabbat and they have their feet, they beat the drum, they call it the Ushun and just as we see. But then they have a ritual which is sprinkle blood upon the altar and upon the people and everything. But in the Old Testament you can find that the Israelites will do that. Yeah. So they keep some of the tradition but mix it with
paganism.
You understand what we mean?
Yeah. In this meeting the golden stool was commanded down from the heavens right? By Okomfo Onokie, chief priest or sage advisor to Ashantisi Osei Tutu, and floated down from the heavens into the lap and declared the stool to be symbolic of the new Ashanti Union. Right? So he was an allegiance allegiance was sworn to the stool and to Osei Tutu as the Asante Hene. The newly declared Ashanti Union subsequently waged war against the defeated Denkiera. The stool remains sacred to the Ashanti as it is believed to contain the some spirit or soul of the Ashanti people. Right? So, and this here is going into more architecture, right? Showing you how they was living in the Ashanti kingdom. Right? This house here, they're showing you, I will pass it around. This house here showing you before the British came in. Right? So it's showing you he wasn't living in no mud huts. The so-called white man are all.
Yeah, you see? Look at everything. He was never in one heart.
Right?
People that
Now we could prove you so-called white people come out from the caves.
Yeah.
We could prove that.
Show the Bible.
And history.
And history. Right? Three your own race name. Caucasian. Caucasian. Where's Caucasian?
Means red.
Caucasus Mountains. Right? You can show the camera. And let me just get 2 more scriptures and call it George Lee with that. Go ahead now, bring it out now, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Whatever if it will bring out some scriptures or no. Bring it out, Howard.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 14.
Come.
And the anger of Yahweh was hot against Israel.
Against who?
Against Israel.
Yeah, because he was going off. Right? Israel was going off. You know, a lot of idolatry, idol worship and whatnot. They go through all the scriptures. We was always into idol worshiping, following the ways of the other nations. Baal and whatnot, right? Many of you worshiping the gods are the Amorites and by the amount of gods.
And he delivered them into the hands of spoilers.
Of what?
Spoilers.
Of spoilers. He delivered them into the hands of spoilers. Hold the scripture there. Hold it right. Right? I'm going into Baruch. I'm going into Baruch. Baruch chapter 4, because right? Chapter 4 verse 15. For he had brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation. A shameless nation. Right?
A shameless man.
And of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child.
So they have respect for nobody.
Right? So you go back to your scripture and know
of spoilers that spoil them.
that spoil them, right? We can find all, we can go back into that more into that's not that spoil them. Let us get this quick one on Isaiah 49. Isaiah 49. No, 47. This is Isaiah 47 and 6. For I was wroth at my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given. I'll read it slow. I was wroth at my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Giving them into thine hand. You see, Lord said, I was wroth with my people and polluted, and Lord said, I pollute my own inheritance by giving them into your hands. Well,
Thou didst show them no mercy,
but you didn't show them no mercy. Yeah.
upon the ancient hast thou verily laid thy
Ancient represent the old man.
yeah. Hast thou as thou
Like
very
Pops, yeah.
yeah.
But back in the days, Pops did not show Pops no mercy. Pops would have to every load.
Yeah. And when you notice what he can't tell no more of the killing. Because he is he's no use to them. Right? Upon the ancient has thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Right? So continue to scripture there again now.
Right. And he sold them into the hands of the enemies round about.
Right? Slavery, like transatlantic slave trade. Well,
So that they should not any longer stand before their enemies, whithersoever they went.
We will be able to be stand powerful against them.
good.
We will be weak, helpless.
Bring it on.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 15. He said, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Africa.
Africa. Yeah.
Let him which is in the house not come down to take anything out of his house. So I just proven to show that we had wars to play in Africa in 70
So
AD.
the Ashanti man was right. The Ashanti said, Ashanti didn't come from Africa, they come from across the
the
Red
Red
Sea.
Sea.
Right? Anybody have more scriptures here? That's the
Oh yeah.
one way I was to bring out, and then I
I
want.
think it's in Isaiah or Salaki.
No, Jeremiah, probably not.
Yeah, Jeremiah. Yeah. Okay, I forgot that. Jeremiah 16. 14. He said, therefore, behold, the days cometh, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth. Listen to this here, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Remember with the Israelites, this scripture here too.
Yeah,
But the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of the north. The land of the north is, that's you. Yakal. Are we reading again here? He said, therefore behold, the days cometh, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said that the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. He said that time, the days coming when you will see that no more. He said, but the Lord that liveth, that brought the children out of the land of the north. What is the land of the north? Yeah. You. Right, but we must specify.
Be more specific.
Land of the north.
America.
It is. What the Lord saying here, he said, you will no longer say, Lord, blessed be the God of Israel that brought us from the land of Egypt anymore.
Because we can't remember that.
Because we can't remember that we wasn't in that captivity. Our fathers wasn't in that captivity. But we were one. So we go praise him for bringing us out of our captivity, which is the land of the Lord, which is America, which right in the scripture here. And from the lands where he had driven them. So from Trinidad, from Jamaica, from all where we scattered, where he was driven them. And I will bring them again into their land, which is Israel, that I gave their fathers. See? Anybody have anything else? One last scripture?